administration, office staff, and maintenance staff who work hard year-round, but especially heading up to Dedication Day. Would you all stand and be recognized as a group? Thank you very much. And I would like to recognize members of the Heroes of Kings Mountain chapter of Gunnersville. Members of this chapter have been attending Dedication Day and taking care of registration for 62 years. Will Donna Bennett, chapter regent, and chapter members please stand? Thank you. Thank you, ladies. Thank you all so much for being here today. And it is now my pleasure to introduce Heather Green, KDS Executive Director, who will continue with the introduction of local patrons.
Thank you, Mrs. Harrison. Good morning. It is my pleasure to join in welcoming you to the 97th Dedication Day activities of Kate Duncan Smith DAR School. There are a number of elected officials and other distinguished members of our local community and surrounding areas here today that I would like to introduce. Please hold your applause until all the introductions have been made. You have met Dr. Cindy Wigley, but I would also like to introduce board members with the Marshall County Board of Education. Vice President of the board is Colonel Brian Nollier and Mr. Tony Simmons. Thank you, gentlemen, for being here. The fantastic staff of the Marshall County Board of Education. We have several of those folks with us today. Mr. Alan Garner, Assistant Superintendent, Dr. Annie Spike, Deputy Superintendent, and Ms. Jana Bonds, Director of Student Services. Thank you for being here today. And from the Marshall County Commission, our District 2 Commissioner, Mr. Rick Watson. Thank you, Mr. Watson. I will now introduce our high school principal, Mr. Larry Boland, who will introduce his staff.
Good morning. My name is Larry Boland, principal at KDS DAR High School. I would like to personally welcome all members of the DAR, members of the Marshall County Board of Education, and the rest of our distinguished guests. Thank you for being here. We have 28 certified teachers, 1 assistant principal, 1 counselor, 1 registrar, 4 aides, 2 office staff, and 2 custodians. DAR High School can boast that 22 of our certified teachers hold a master's certificate or higher in education. Our certified staff has a total of 515 years education service. 14 of our faculty staff are graduates of DAR. 4 of our faculty staff are members of the DAR. At this time, if you are a faculty or staff member of the DAR High School, will you please stand and be recognized? Once again, thank you for being on our campus and have a good day.
Middle school principal Tim Isbell will now introduce his staff.
Madam Chair, it's truly an honor to be able to represent 366 of the greatest student body in the whole state of Alabama and introduce our faculty and staff. We have 34 staff members, 10 lunchroom workers, and 18 bus drivers, and none are more important than others. We have 2 of the most wonderful office workers, 2 wonderful custodians, and we're all working toward one goal, and that goal is to have prepared, productive, patriotic citizens for our community and our great nation. We, on behalf of our student and faculty, I want to thank you from the bottom of our heart for your servant's heart and the investments of your time and energy in the KDS schools. Thank you.
And Celia Smith, elementary school principal, will now introduce her staff.
Good morning. It is a great honor to be here today to represent the DAR elementary staff. DAR Elementary School is strong and thriving and beyond excited to be back in person. Currently, we have 566 students enrolled at the elementary school. A breakdown by grade level. We have 65 pre-K students, 117 kindergarten students, 106 first grade students, 93 second grade students, 89 third grade students, and 95 fourth grade students. We have a total of 32 classroom teachers. 51% of the certified teachers hold an advanced degree. The faculty and staff have an average of 13 years experience in education. 56% of the faculty and staff are graduates of KDS. 6 members of the faculty are members of the DAR. 4 are members of the Gunner Mountain chapter, and 2 are members of the Heroes of Kings chapter. We have a total of 56 employees at KDS DAR Elementary School. As we tell our students each day, our vision is dare to be your best. Thank you for this opportunity, and thank you for your attendance at our ceremony today. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you to our principals, and please join me once again in showing appreciation to our outstanding school faculty and staff. We have 2 additional guests that I would like to recognize at this time. From Regions Trust, we have Kevin Phillips and Marcy Braswell. They are the ones who take care of all of our money, so we really want to thank them. Thank you for being here. Continuing the rich tradition of talented students at KDS, I am pleased to present this morning's musical program, What a Wonderful World, featuring 4th grade students under the direction of Ellie Burns, elementary music instructor.
She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. Hi there. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. Hi there. She'll be coming around the mountain. She'll be coming around the mountain. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. Hi there. She will represent her state when she comes. Yes, ma'am. She will represent her state when she comes. Yes, ma'am. She will represent her state. She will represent her state. She will represent her state when she comes. Yes, ma'am. We will wear blue and white when she comes. Patriots. We will wear blue and white when she comes. Patriots. We will wear blue and white. We will wear blue and white. We will wear blue and white when she comes. Patriots. Oh, we love DAR. Yes, we do. Thank you. Oh, we love DAR. Yes, we do. Thank you. Oh, we love DAR. Oh, we love DAR. Oh, we love DAR. Yes, we do. Thank you. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. Hi there. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. Hi there. She'll be coming around the mountain. She'll be coming around the mountain. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. Hi there. see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Thank you so much. That was wonderful. I appreciate that. It is my pleasure to introduce Morgan Lake, National Chair, DAR School Committee, National Society, Daughters of the American Revolution, as our speaker today. Morgan Meyer Lake joined the John Gill Chapter NSDAR on October the 7th, 2000, as a junior member. Morgan is currently serving as the National Chair of the DAR School Committee and served the National Society as Recording Secretary General during the Dillon administration. Her past service to the Missouri State Society has included State Regent, State Vice Regent, State Recording Secretary, and State Treasurer. Morgan was selected as the Missouri Outstanding Junior in 2004. She has served as the National Chair of the Junior Membership Committee, National Vice Chair, Junior Shop, and National Vice Chair, DAR School Tour. She is past officer of the National Outstanding Junior Club and an honorary senior state president of the Missouri Society CAR. Morgan is a seventh-generation Missourian with a passion for genealogy. She is a member of the American 250 Membership Task Force and has assisted more than 70 prospective members with applications. Morgan earned a BA in Art History from the University of Missouri in 1992, an MA in Public History, Historic Preservation at Southeast Missouri State University in 2012. She and her husband, Dr. Thad Lake, have been married for 28 years and are the parents of two sons, Jack and Pete. Please join me in welcoming Morgan Lake.
Madam Chair, thank you for having me speak today. I am thrilled beyond measure to be with you in person to celebrate the 97th Dedication Day. So how many of you know what I mean by a really good fish story? Mark Twain said, "Do not tell fish stories where people know you, but particularly don't tell them where they know the fish." So here I go. I feel like I love a good fish story. Those of you who may not be totally familiar with the term fish story, it alludes to the tendency of fishermen to exaggerate the size of the fish that they've caught or the size of the fish that got away. And it can also just mean a far-fetched story. And friends that know me well know that I'm prone to exaggerate when I tell a good story. For example, when I go around bragging about this DAR school, Kate Duncan Smith, many of my friends think I'm telling a bit of a fish story. Like when I describe the scene when the children are waiting for us when we arrive, lining the sidewalks to welcome the daughters as they arrive on campus every October. When I talk about how a small group of DAR women before 1924 selected this place on top of Gunter Mountain to found this school, the story sounds pretty incredible and a little far-fetched, but we all know that it's true. In a DAR magazine article that was printed in 1931, the founding of KDS is described as occurring in the fine spirit of cooperation, and that fine spirit of cooperation continues on. The article goes on to say that on the day of dedication, the whole side of the mountain turned out to celebrate. Men came in their overalls, women in sunbonnets, and the children sang a song to the ladies of the DAR. The very first school building was dedicated, and that building was built to the plans and specifications of the State Department of Education. Community members had come together to provide the land for the school. So from the start, the local community, the state government, and the DAR members of Alabama cooperated. That is such an important word, and so amazing to see that cooperation continues to today. It was a small beginning. The first year, there were only 2 teachers required for all of the students. That first building was followed by an appeal for an auditorium, which was met with great enthusiasm by the supporters of Kate Duncan Smith DAR School. That spirit of cooperation has allowed that small beginning to grow and flourish and manifest itself in the campus we have today. Fish stories about the campus of Kate Duncan Smith DAR School did begin to circulate among the DAR members around the country. They would, of course, travel to Washington, D.C., to Continental Congress, and hear tales of Gunter Mountain and wonder if those stories were true. Was the patriotic education being offered at Kate Duncan Smith DAR School really as amazing as it sounded? The stories became so popular that many members wished to see for themselves, so that in the fall of 1948, the National Society decided to arrange for the very first pilgrimage, what we now call the National DAR School Tour, for members of the National Board of Management to visit DAR-approved schools in the southern states. That very first 9-day bus tour visited 6 schools in the South, not just the schools we think of today, but they also made stops in Virginia and in Tennessee. Now, all of our DAR magazines are online and digitized, so if you're interested in some blow-by-blow details of these school tours, I encourage you to investigate. It was really fun for me to read about some of those. The National DAR School Tour became a tradition, happening once every administration. If you've ever been on a DAR school tour, the official, raise your hand. Wave at me. Yeah, I see some of you. The Van Buren administration school tour was the 25th National DAR school tour. But during that very first tour, Mrs. O'Byrne, President General of the National Society, gave the following remarks at KDS. This is the first time that so many leaders hailing from so many states have met on these hallowed grounds and taken, so to speak, a postgraduate course in approved schools. The Improved Schools program of the Daughters of the American Revolution, and hereafter they can talk and think of the things that they have seen and the possibilities which appear just around the corner. The enthusiasm generated by the events of this day will expand as ripples on the water and extend from point to point until eventually the entire country will be affected. The kind of Americanism taught at this school could well be copied by other institutions. Young men and young women here learn to be self-reliant, to be good citizens, and are ready to defend our form of government and our institutions. The Daughters of the American Revolution are not unmindful of their debt to the men and women of this territory, to the student body, and to the alumni of this institution. It's a community achievement. So I'm going to paraphrase here. She's thanking you, KDS students, families, faculty, and staff. We thank you because you make the DAR look good. Now, after the President General finished her remarks, there was a groundbreaking ceremony for a classroom building. But then things get interesting. The magazine article states that through the courtesy of Mrs. Jacobs, the Alabama State Regent, the Alabama DAR had arranged for a pitch-in luncheon, which was served in the Helen Pouch lunchroom. The women of Gunter Mountain neighborhood brought foods of all kinds for this amazing spread. So is it possible that the fish stories about the basket lunch really got circulated after that first ever 1948 school bus tour? Perhaps the attendees of that first ever national school bus tour began telling those great stories about the famous basket lunch. Except that we all know that that incredible story is no fish story. It lives up to the hype. No exaggeration needed. Would the ladies that came to this community in 1924 even begin to imagine that here we would be, 97 years later, experiencing the amazing campus of this school? Would they imagine that the DAR members from around the country would be here today, dedicating gifts that continue to make this school the very best that it can be? It's not a fish story, it's just a great story. So students, here you are really at the beginning of your story. I don't know if many of you have ever heard of Zach Horvath. He's kind of a social media guy, and he has coined the phrase, live a great story. He came up with that phrase while he was traveling through different parts of the world, and he would hold up a sign that says, live a great story. It's such a simple idea, the idea that you have the opportunity to serve as the hero in your own life story. Zach gives TED Talks, and he appears on different social media platforms, whatever you're into now. Us older people are into Facebook and Instagram, but you guys know about ones I don't know about. He sells items like t-shirts and flags with that simple phrase, but the meaning is very powerful. It's a challenge to live a great story, and that challenge belongs to all of us. Dedication Day tells the story of those terrific, cooperative people that came together to create this space we call the Kate Duncan Smith DAR School. They lived a great story. And it's an important story that we gather each year to tell the story and recognize everyone that continues to move that story forward. But where will your story go from here? You have a lot of possibilities. You can choose the direction of that story, and you already have a great beginning of a story just being here at KDS. Will your story be an adventure, a love story, a comedy? Most of our stories have a little bit of everything. We hope that you dream big. We hope the stories that you choose to live are meaningful to you, and that they're so good, so large, that they may even sound like a fish story. After all, we're counting on you to make the DAR look good. In conclusion, I want to thank you all for your commitment to education, your continued spirit of cooperation, and for all you do to keep angling for education here at KDS. Together, we are making a real difference in the lives of children. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Lake, for those encouraging words. Good job. The high school choir will be led this morning by Jessica Creel, high school music instructor.
Furnish with love, purple trees and honey bees and snow white turtle doves. What the world wants today. That's the way it will stay. With the real thing, peace and love. That's the song I sing. What's the world wants today. Perfect harmony. To keep it company. Put your hands in my hand, let's begin today. With your hands in my hand, help me find the way. I'd like to see the world wants to say, standing hand in hand. For peace throughout the land. That's the song I sing. What's the world wants to perfect harmony. That goes on. For peace throughout the land. That's the song I sing. What's the world wants to perfect harmony. For peace throughout the land. Song I sing. What the world wants today. That's the way it will stay. With the real thing, peace and love. It's the song I sing. Teach the world. What's the world wants today. Perfect harmony. In my arms and keep it company. Peace throughout the land. To teach the world. Standing hand in hand. To teach the world. Peace throughout the land. To teach the world. Standing hand in hand. I'd like to teach the world to sing.
Thank you, Ms. Creel and students. Appreciate that. KDS first grade students, under the direction of elementary music instructor Ellie Burns, will now perform a song to spread a little KDS sunshine on each of you, followed by a special song that has been performed during the Dedication Day program for 97 years.
dear friends. So march to school on happy dress. Up all your days in Dixieland, we hope this is the best. We will try so hard to please you, all our friends from near and far, for we love the DAR.
That was a great job, boys and girls. Thank you again. The DAR ladies always look forward to hearing that song. During our brief 10-minute intermission, please enjoy a selection from our jazz band performed by the KDS Jazz Band under the direction of Jessica Creel. She wears many hats. We thank her.
Coach's offices are available. The coach's office are unlocked. Good job.
third really like check to give you.
Oh, thank you.
I made it to the endowment. Is there something else you need money for? No income this year.
Next year might be a different story, but this year that'll be good.
All right.
Appreciate it. I'm Miss Harrison.
Well, you know that's in your room.
I know.
And I want to do that. We need it.
Right. We'll let
And I don't need it. I don't need anything. I got more
You've
stuff
got 'em all.
now than I know what to do. So send it to somebody that needs it.
You've got them all in you.
You are looking so good. So proud.
I think you're looking good because you lost some weight, but you're going to do
Well, I think it's good. That's a good thing.
I knew that I would feel better if I lost weight. I didn't know how much. I mean, Eric and I are going to working out. What I mean, I'm running. I've never run in my
No, I
life.
can't run.
Well, I can't either, but I'm trying.
Well, that's all right. I walk.
Yeah. Well, I do that too. But yeah. So we're, you know, he wanted to go, motivated me.
That's right. It's good for you all over.
It is, and you know, I shouldn't feel probably as old as I am. Maybe I can't stop the hands of time, but we can maybe slow them down, right?
No, just stay at it.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
Don't keep them down. I wouldn't start over for anything.
No, I don't want to do that.
You know, and all the mess that the kids have to put up with me.
I know. No, I don't want to go back.
I don't want to go back, but I'm going to enjoy every minute of every day as long as I'm here.
You got any trips planned?
Got one. I canceled 2 for me this year. So we did the Upper Mississippi Riverboat.
Oh, yeah.
That was fun. And next year we're going in July. My niece travels with me. She teaches school, so it has to be in the summer. This is the time of year I like to go south because I don't like the short days. And I love to stay in the perpetual sunshine.
Yeah. That's why I told Eric, I said, when all of this is over and I can get through my Veterans Day program, we're going to the beaches. We're going somewhere.
I'm doing that next week with some. We have not seen it much of each other in 2 years, so we're going down about 4 days.
That's my thing. I'm going to go swimming anyway.
Well, it doesn't work for me anymore.
I can either.
Because when it changes, when you step,
It's hard on me.
it's really hard on you. Bad. I got bad everything.
But I do like to be in there.
Oh, I like that program. I can't even get out of it. Just sit there and watch the waves.
Read a
It's supposed to
book.
come. I don't even care. I've got a book.
Eric would sit on the balcony all day, just watch. Yeah. We'd like that for sure.
But anyway, don't let me forget.
Well, I'm going to find somebody to remind me.
I'll try to get it done.
I'll see you before you leave.
Yeah.
Oh, you read the.
So I'll find it.
Yes.
I got the $1, and I had to break 5 to get the lunch.
I was about to say, technically, if you pre-register, you don't have to give them the $1, but I know what I'm
I tried to talk to into a margin.
I know. Listen.
Please take your seats.
It's not attached. I'm sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will commence with the presentation and dedication of gifts. Heather Green will now introduce those who will be dedicating today. Ms. Green.
Dedicating the gifts of the National Society Daughters of the American Revolution is Morgan M. Lake, National School Chair.
On behalf of the National Society Daughters of the Revolution, and President General, I have the honor of dedicating the following gifts. The Friends of the DAR School Fund for the sponsorship of a new compact utility tractor for the maintenance department. Ella and Charles Atwell Estate Funds and interest from several endowments, totaling $308,913.
Dedicating the gifts of the National Junior Membership Committee is Melinda W. Shackelford, Junior Membership Representative to KDS.
On behalf of the National Junior Membership Chair, Jean Ellen Milton, and the nearly 14,000 juniors worldwide, it is my honor to dedicate these gifts to the Kate Duncan Smith DAR School in the amount of $27,300 to complete the Bailey Estes Building Fascia Soffits Gutters Project, along with the Helen Pouch Memorial Fund Classroom Grant. The Junior Membership Committee sincerely hopes that these gifts will make a difference in the lives of children here at KDS and allow the school to flourish and grow. Thank you.
Dedicating the gifts of the National Society Children of the American Revolution is Tad R. Douglas, Chaplain, Alabama Society DAR.
On behalf of the National Society Children of the American Revolution, Lori Walters, Senior National President. It is my honor to present $3,409 to the Steadfast Loyal Ever True Annual Fund, Award Sponsorship, Blessing Bags, Patriot Pantry, Children's Fund, Christmas Fund, and the Helen Pouch Memorial Health Fund.
We are pleased to have with us today Dr. Cindy S. Wigley, Superintendent of the Marshall County Board of Education, and she will make some remarks and dedicate gifts to the school on behalf of the Marshall County Board of Education.
Madam Chairman, thank you for including me in the ceremony today. It is an honor to be here, and it's with pleasure and pride that I present to you this dedication. I cherish the relationship between the Marshall County Board of Education and the DAR. It is such a unique partnership where students are truly the beneficiary. The DAR brings an incredible amount of enrichment to the lives of our students. The board and I thank you. I would also like to recognize Commissioner Ricky Watson as well. He was introduced earlier. Commissioner Watson has conducted paving and other projects and offered his assistance in helping the schools in any way possible. Thank you, Commissioner, for all you do for our schools. Students, I commend you for academics and special programs to athletics. I enjoy watching you take pride in all you do. Our students are respectful and contribute to the positive culture of our schools. I would also like to commend the staff, administration, and community. With the effort and support of all stakeholders, our DAR schools are exemplar and have model programs second to none. For the 2022 fiscal year, the Marshall County Board of Education pledges to the KDS DAR schools teachers and other school support personnel salaries, fringe benefits, other current expenses, classroom instructional support, facilities quarterly maintenance, school facilities upgrades with safety, CMP utilities and equipment for a total of $9,577,109.92. This is an increase of $278,519.39. This past year, the district implemented a $2 million technology upgrade with audio enhancement equipment, bringing microphones, recording equipment, and safety alert system to each classroom. The next phase is the Epic Bell system. The DAR schools were the first schools in the district to receive an almost $300,000 upgrade. The next phase of technology upgrades will be a $2 million overhaul of our technology infrastructure, which includes a new state-of-the-art server system, rewiring, and reconfiguration of each classroom. This includes a backup system, enhanced security, and remote troubleshooting capabilities. In addition, I'm happy to announce that very soon, the Marshall County Board of Education and I will be releasing a bid proposal for the extraction and construction of a new DAR track to replace the existing track in the amount of $400,000.
It is my pleasure to present the gifts from our community and our alumni. Those gifts total $153,160 and include donations to the following funds: the Steadfast Loyal Ever True Gym Sustained Giving Annual Fund Program, the Adopt a Class Program, awards funds, blessings bags, Patriot Pantry contributions, Children's Fund, Christmas Fund, Endowment Fund, fishing team sponsorships, football program, Honor Roll School Supply Fund, Helen Pouch Memorial Health Fund, Middle School Library, Middle School Technology, miscellaneous projects, Building Fund and pipe organ maintenance for the Nan Roberts Lane Chapel, scholarship funds, Anderson Family Scholarships, Colazzo Family Scholarships, James Davis Family Awards, Greg Fuel Memorial Scholarship, Daniel Helton Memorial Scholarship, Sharon Harbin Memorial Scholarship, KDS Class of 1960 Scholarship, the Owen Family Memorial Scholarship, the Eli Sprague Memorial Scholarship, and the Eli Sprague Memorial Scholarship Endowment. Included in the above donations are individual gifts of $1,500 or more from Larry Anderson, Frank Colazzo and Colsa Corporation, Margaret and David Cox, James and Joe Davis Family Trust Fund, Debbie Fanning, Grant Church of Christ, Grant Family Medical Practice Clinic, Dr. Parker Griffith Family Foundation, Thomas and Susan Griffith, Leah Huey, KDS Class of 1960, Tammy Largen Lausick, Linda Trowbridge, Franklin Dewey Veal Jr., and Warren and Simpson PC Attorneys at Law. We will now begin the dedications from our state societies and organizations. Dedicating for the Alabama Society DAR is Patrice R. Donnelly, State Regent.
Madam Chairman, on behalf of the 4,400 Alabama Daughters, it is an honor to present the following gifts to the students of KDS. Honorary State Regent Tammy Clemens State Regent Project to establish a historic preservation endowment, the Agriculture Science DAR Garden, the Tony Phillips Scholarship Endowment, the Bernadine Faulkner Scholarship Endowment, funds for the Adopt a Classroom, Honor Roll, Blessings Bag, Patriot Pantry, Middle School Robotics Program, Middle School Technology, the Ag Science Program, library funds for the elementary and middle schools, High School Art Program, Becker Horton Hall, Nan Lane Roberts Building Fund, and Pipe Organ Maintenance Fund, the Football Program, Helen Pouch Memorial Health Fund, the Children's Fund, the Christmas Fund, awards, scholarships, endowments, Steadfast Loyal and True Campaign, the Gem Society, for a total of $136,519. May the students use these gifts to find their wings as they rise and shine to soar to new heights.
Dedicating the gifts of the California State Society DAR is Adele E. Lancaster, Vice President General, NSDAR.
Thank you. On behalf of California State Regent Susan Broderick and the over 10,000 California Daughters, I'm so pleased to dedicate these gifts from the state, chapters, and individual members, given through the Steadfast Loyal Ever True Sustained Giving Annual Fund, Adopt a Classroom, Blessing Bags, Patriot Pantry, Children's Fund, Christmas Fund, Pouch Memorial Health Fund, Honor Roll, School Supply Fund, Elementary Library Funds, Scholarship Funds, and sponsorship of a Chromebook for the high school. One chapter is especially pleased to have sponsored an Adopt a Classroom program annually for just over 10 years. To nearly half the contributions from California are given through the Steadfast Loyal Ever True Sustained Giving Fund. All money is used to support and celebrate the work fostering academic achievement, the well-being of children attending KDS, to develop pride in citizenship, and to provide experiences through which all students realize they can make a difference.
Dedicating the gifts of the Florida Society DAR is Ginger M. Poffenberger, Honorary Vice President General, NSDAR.
It is my great privilege to represent the Florida State Society and dedicate $17,818 in the following categories: gifts from the administration of State Regent Kay Yarborough, Honor Roll School Supply Fund, and Patriot Pantry Fund. Florida Society Dreams Are Real Scholarships, Steadfast Loyal Ever True Gem Sustaining Giving Annual Fund, Blessings Bags, Book Fair Bucks, Christmas Fund, Foot Medal Program, Scholarship Funds, and also included in this amount are the individual donations of individual gifts of $1,500 or more from Lynette R. Faulkner, Ruth Ann Fay, and the Gainesville chapter.
Dedicating the gifts of the Georgia Society DAR O.B. McCorkle, State Regent.
On behalf of the Georgia State Society, it is my honor to dedicate the gifts to the funds that are listed in your program totaling over $19,000. The Georgia Daughters do love the students at Kate Duncan Smith DAR School. Thank you.
Dedicating the gifts of the Illinois organization DAR is Tammy B. Clemens, Vice President General, NSDAR.
On behalf of Deborah R. Coe, State Regent of Illinois, I dedicate gifts, and I'm thrilled to do it, in the amount of $4,013 to the KDS DAR School. Included in this gift is Steadfast, Loyal, Ever True, Gym Sustaining Giving Annual Fund, Blessings Bags, Patriot Pantry, Christmas Fund, High School Library, and Scholarship Funds. Thank you.
Dedicating the gifts of the Indiana DAR is Shelby D. Ward, Honorary State Regent, Alabama.
On behalf of Cheryl Baxter, State Regent of the Indiana Society, I dedicate these gifts of $4,455 to the Steadfast, Loyal, Ever True program, the Sustaining Giving Annual Fund, Indiana DAR Scholarship, Indiana Ohio Playground Fund, Blessing Bags, Patriot Pantry, and the Christmas Fund.
Dedicating gifts on behalf of the DAR of Michigan is Rita P. Horton, Honorary State Regent, Alabama.
On behalf of DAR of Michigan Regent Kelly Van Worma, I dedicate the following gifts totaling $16,641. The DAR of Michigan Scholarships, Steadfast, Loyal, Ever True, Gem Sustained Giving Annual Fund, Blessing Bags, Patriot Pantry, Book Fair Funds, Children's Fund, Christmas Fund, Scholarship Funds, and Louisa St. Clair Chapter Scholarships. Included in the, this printed smaller. Included in the above donations are individual gifts of $1,500 or more from Louisa St. Clair Chapter and Margaret H. Stewart. Thank you, DAR of Michigan.
Dedicating the gifts of the Mississippi State Society DAR is Helen H. Polk, State Regent.
It is my pleasure to dedicate gifts from the more than 3,300 Mississippi Daughters given to KDS DAR School to the Steadfast, Loyal, Ever True, and Gem Sustained Giving Annual Fund, the Awards Fund, the Christmas Fund, the football program, and the high school volleyball, for a total of $3,155. Our members proudly support the outstanding efforts, particularly during the pandemic, of the faculty, staff, students, and parents of DAR School, and wish you continued success this year.
Dedicating the gifts of the Missouri State Society DAR is Joan E. McGee, State Regent.
On behalf of the over 5,600 Missouri Daughters, I am honored to dedicate the following funds from Missouri: the Steadfast, Loyal, True, Gem Sustaining Giving Annual Fund, Blessing Bags, Patriot Pantry, Children's Fund, Christmas Fund, Honor Roll School Supply Fund, and the Junior American Citizens Club. May the students at KDS continue to shine as you rise and shine for the rest of your lives. Thank you.
Dedicating the gifts of the Nebraska State Society DAR is Pamela Sheet, Omaha Chapter Regent.
On behalf of the Nebraska Daughters and our state regent, Candace J. Kane, it gives me great pleasure to dedicate these gifts in the amount of $22,115 to the following funds: Steadfast, Loyal, Ever True, Jim Sustained Giving Annual Fund, the Blessings Bags Patriot Pantry, the Honor Roll School Supply Fund, and the Dorothy Byram Sykes Memorial Scholarship. Thank you.
Dedicating the gifts of the New York organization DAR is Mindy T. Kameyer Price, past Reporter General in SDAR.
On behalf of the New York State Society, Patrice Berner, State Regent, I am pleased to dedicate their various funds listed in your program, totaling $12,534. Thank you.
Dedicating the gifts of the North Carolina Society DAR is Cricket C. Krigler, State Vice Regent.
Madam Chair, on behalf of the 7,000 North Carolina Society Daughters of the American Revolution and under the leadership of Anna Baird Choi, State Regent, it is my pleasure to dedicate $7,665 to KDS. North Carolina loves you.
Dedicating the gifts of the Ohio State Society DAR is Athelia W. Gibbs, Secretary, KDS DAR School Board of Trustees.
On behalf of Kathleen Dixon, the State Regent of the Ohio State Society DAR, I am proud to dedicate the following gifts in the amount of $2,438 to the Steadfast, Loyal, Ever True, Jim Sustained Giving Annual Fund, the Christmas Fund, and the Honor Roll School Supply Fund. Thank you.
Dedicating the gifts of the Pennsylvania State Society DAR is Elizabeth A. Watkins, State Regent.
On behalf of the over 7,600 generous Pennsylvania Daughters, it is my pleasure to dedicate the following gifts in the amount of $50,650. Pennsylvania Log Cabin and Bell Tower Fund, Steadfast, Loyal, Ever True, Gem Sustained Giving Annual Fund, Band Fund, Christmas Fund, Endowment, Football Program, and Honor Roll School Supply Fund. Over $47,000 of those donations was to the Steadfast, Loyal, Ever True, showing our commitment to the ongoing support of KDS. Thank you.
Dedicating the gifts of the Tennessee State Society DAR is Cecile S. Wimberly, State Regent.
Madam Chair, good morning. On behalf of the Tennessee Society Daughters of the American Revolution, it's my honor to dedicate our gifts to Kate Duncan Smith DAR School. Included in the Tennessee gifts this year were donations for the Steadfast, Loyal, Ever True Sustained Giving Annual Fund, the Christmas Fund program, scholarships, and other varied funds. These gifts would not have been possible without the generosity and fundraising efforts of the Tennessee Daughters this past year, and without special contributions from the Fort Nashboro chapter.
during our season of service to God, home, and country. The TSDAR hopes that these gifts will allow KDS to continue to be a star among schools in your region, and we look forward to continuing our partnership in educating the leaders of tomorrow and today. Thank you.
Dedicating the gifts of the Texas Society DAR is Marcy L. Carter Lubbock, State Regent.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Texas daughters love KDS. It is my privilege today, on behalf of 19,900 Texas daughters, to dedicate these gifts in the amount of $22,400 for the endowment funds for the Texas Centennial and Texas Family and Consumer Science Scholarships, sponsorship of the Texas Duplex Cottage, the Steadfast Loyal Ever True Gem Sustained Giving Annual Fund, the Adopt a Classroom Program, the Children's Fund, Christmas Fund, Endowment Fund, the Greenhouse Fund, and sponsorship of the New Shade Cloth. And one of my personal favorites as a music education major, the elementary music, especially in light of the wonderful musical programs we've heard today. The Historic Properties Endowment, the scholarship funds, the Work Scholarship Program, with a special gift included from the Lady Washington chapter. Thank you so very much to our families, the students, the faculty, and the staff. You are appreciated, and thank you from Texas Daughters.
Dedicating the gifts of the Virginia DAR is Judy C. Osler, Honorary State Regent, Texas.
On behalf of the Virginia DAR Society, Leanne Turbyfield, State Regent, I present the following gifts: Steadfast, Loyal, Ever True, Gem Sustaining Giving Annual Fund, Adopt a Classroom Program, Awards Funds, Blessing Bags Program, Children's Fund, Christmas Fund, Elementary School Library, Honorary Roll, School Supply Fund, Scholarship Funds, and this amount includes donations of individual gifts of $1,500 or more from Judy R. and Joe Mays, the estate of Deborah Stein and Leanne Turbyfield, for the total amount of $36,235. Thank you.
Dedicating the gifts of the Washington State Society DAR is Shelby D. Ward, Honorary State Regent, Alabama.
On behalf of Laura Langston, I am pleased and honored to dedicate these funds from the Washington State Society of $58,155 to the Steadfast, Loyal, Ever True Gem Sustaining Annual Giving Program, Adopt the Classroom Program, Awards Funds, Children's Funds, Christmas Fund, Football Program, and Work Scholarship Program.
Morgan Lake, National DAR School Committee Chair, will accept these gifts on behalf of the National Society, and Heather Green, Executive Director here at KDS, will accept the gifts on behalf of Kate Duncan Smith DAR School.
Madam Chairman, on behalf of the National Society, Daughters of the American Revolution, and the DAR School Committee, it is my honor to accept these gifts and express my appreciation to the daughters around the country and around the world that supported KDS. And I thank all of them for being hooked on DAR schools.
And I am pleased to accept the gifts generously donated today to benefit our students and our beautiful school. And I humbly thank each of you for your generosity and your support. Thank you.
Everyone is invited to the famous basket lunch in the DAR lunchroom immediately following the recessional. The KDS DAR School Museum and Archives in the Pennsylvania Log Cabin will be open from 12:15 to 2:30 today, so please stop by to see the timeline and historic displays if you've not been able to do that. The craft show will be open until 3 o'clock in the Doris Pike White Gymnasium. The Alabama Board of Management will meet in the New York Reception Room at 12:30. Following the benediction, please remain standing until the flags have been recessed and those on stage have exited. Please stand for the benediction and blessing given by Alabama State Chaplain Ted Douglas.
Please pray with me. Dear Lord, we have a rich heritage of which we are proud. Help us to be worthy of it. Help us to be good stewards, creating a rich heritage for those young people who come after us. Guide our actions, our thoughts, our words, that they will be a gift to others. May we always strive to follow the example set by our Lord as we ourselves become examples for our children. Father, we thank you for the delicious meal we're about to share. We ask your blessing on the food and the loving hands that prepared it. Watch over us as we leave to go to our homes and keep us safe from harm. In thy precious name we pray. Amen.
No more than I did.
How to play the bit. Well, with an egg allergy, there's a lot of things breakfast foods I shouldn't have. Even though that sausage casserole. So
In my family, we have country grits and sausage casserole. It's the family favorite. We make it all of the days. You come visit, I'll make it. Okay. It's Christmas, Thanksgiving, anytime a group is coming. If you don't make it, they go to the grocery store. They go to the grocery store and buy the ingredients and say,
Okay. I don't know that we have any kind of dish like that it's just.
flowers were beautiful. Where should we put
Shake your stuff up right there. Should we get over like 10 more minutes?
Well, you mean like run over people? I got it. Yeah, I would say just wait next to them.
wasn't open and bars the lights.
Nice. Is there a trash can up here? Nope. Alright, let's go pocket. We'll find the trash can in a minute.
Great job. So much. And congratulations on your